Here is the reality of today's real estate market. Reality of today's real estate market is that it is a buyer's market right now. Home prices aren't super high. They're actually very affordable. Most houses don't have multiple offers and they're sitting on the market longer than usual. This provides an awesome buying opportunity, whether you're a first-time home buyer or whether you're a seller looking to buy your next home. This is the time to do it. All right, let's get into a little bit of the numbers and the previous year's data. 2020 and 2021, we saw an exceptional amount of first-time home buyers, actually the most ever recorded in history. First-time home buyers, and the competition was through the roof. Of course, at that point, interest rates were super low, historically low, which drove competition way up. Now, 2022, we started to see those interest rates come down and the competition came down with it. That brings us to 2023, where the start of February of 2023, we noticed that it is a seller's market again. Buyers' activity went up and houses were getting multiple offers. It was competitive and it was hard for buyers to get their offer accepted without going way crazy over and beyond. So in these markets, what we've noticed in the highly competitive markets like 2020, 2021, and this year's market, we've noticed that for you to get the house you want, you have to bid above and beyond. And not only that, but provide your arm and leg, an appraisal guarantee, an inspection waiver, pass-fail inspection, a 3% earnest money deposit. You have to provide all of these terms and conditions for the seller because they are the ones who are in power. That's why it was a seller's market. Today, I think we're in a different position. I think today is actually a great opportunity for buyers because homes are actually sitting on the market about double as long as they were just last month. For example, let me give you some data on this. In the 48306 zip code, you will see here on this chart that homes were on average sitting on the market for about 13 days. This meant it took about 13 days for a home to get listed on the market and then accept an offer. This is great. This is awesome. This is how you knew it was a competitive home for buyers because likely those sellers were getting multiple offers on those homes. Now fast forward to today, October, we're sitting at 26 days on market. This is telling me that there's not as much demand from buyers. There is not as much competition, and that is a great thing if you're buying or looking to buy or looking to relocate. So let's take this for an example. Let's say this is earlier in the year during the summer months and you had this $500,000 house, but because there's so much competition, if you loved that house, you had to bid $50,000 over to get it. Not only that, you had to give them a $50,000 appraisal guarantee too. So that means you were bringing $50,000 extra to the closing table to get the house that you want. $50,000 is a lot of money to bring to get the home you want. Where now, let's say we have the same exact home in a less competitive market like today. In a less competitive market, you can get that $500,000 house for $500,000 or even less. You can get it for $480,000 possibly if they have no offers. So not only do you get to save the extra $50,000 in your house, in your pocket, not only do you get to save that $50,000 in your pocket, but you get the home that you want for a way more favorable price. Interest rates don't matter as much as the actual home's price does, because what happens when the interest rates ultimately come down? Everybody right now is waiting for the interest rates to come down before moving. I want to take advantage of what the market is giving us today so that we can be in the best position for when those interest rates come down. Once those interest rates come down, we're gonna see the high, crazy competitive again. Just look at the chat around town, talk with your family, talk with your friends. Everyone is waiting for the interest rates to come down. I don't know why. They're not understanding that right now is the best time to buy. So that's the current reality for buyers in the market. Is it smarter right now to move into the home you love for a better price? And then once rates come down to refinance and you'll have a way, way more beneficial mortgage payment for yourself rather than waiting for interest rates to come down and then you have to overcompete and pay $50,000 over the asking price to even have a chance at the home that you want. And then at that point, your mortgage rate is even going to be higher than it would have been if you would have just bought in the first place today. Now, I know there's some sellers watching this video going, well, Owen, if you think it's a buyer's market right now, why would I want to sell my house? And so I think if you're a seller looking to buy, I think now's the perfect time because you're going to be able to get the house that you want to buy for a way more favorable price than you will once rates come back down and everybody starts looking. So we're going to want to make sure when we're selling our home in a market like this that we're not overpricing ourselves. Overpricing ourselves is basically like shooting ourselves in the foot and then asking, why did my price sell for the top dollar? Well, here's the reason. If you're scrolling on Zillow, you have to put your mind into the consumer's mind frame. If a consumer or a buyer is scrolling through Zillow and sees a lovely house, a great location, all the great layouts and features that they're looking for in a home, but the price is too high, they're likely going to throw it away and never look at it again because they're thinking in their head, it's a great home, it's just too expensive for me. And why does it make sense to go see a house that's too expensive for me? Where we've realized, and we put a huge emphasis on not being greedy and not being too aggressive with price, because this is what ultimately drives people in and drives the traffic up on your house. We want to really make sure we're pricing the house properly. We've noticed through our experience that if you price the house properly, you are actually going to see an increase of showings that opening weekend and increased demand, which is going to increase the competition and lead more likely to an offer over asking price. You want to do this to make sure you're not shooting yourself in the foot. Put your house on the market too high, it doesn't sell in 2 weeks, we recommend you reduce it about 5 to 10%. So let's say our house was at $500,000, we've reduced it to $475 now, where we probably should have been originally. Well, now buyers are thinking, well, what's wrong with this house? It was perfect, it had everything I needed, but why did they reduce their house? Why did they reduce their price? There must be something wrong with it. There might be nothing wrong with your house other than the fact that you just listed it too high, but the buyers don't know that, and this is what they're thinking in their head. So instead, we'd rather start out the listing at that $475 price because it's way more favorable to the buyers. If you get enough buyers into that house, you're actually more likely to get that $500,000 purchase price you're looking for rather than starting at $500,000. So that being said, price your house properly and make sure you're thinking in the mind of the consumer, because ultimately all they're seeing is what the house looks like on Zillow or Realtor.com. The three main things that a consumer is looking for is they're looking at the price, they're looking at the features and benefits and layout of your home, and they're looking at location. As long as you could hit all three of these things with the nail on the head on Zillow and make it the most attractive offer to the buyer, you will drive traffic to your home, and that is ultimately what brings you that top dollar offer you're looking for. So this is the reality of current real estate market. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, you can call me and you can set up a direct phone call with me so I can help guide you through the process and any additional questions that you have. There's a link in my bio or in my profile description. If you go to my about, you can copy and paste that into your search bar, directly schedule a phone call with me. And if you have any questions and don't feel like chatting over the phone, feel free to send me an email, which will be in the description of this video, daniel.killawald@exprealty.com. Go ahead and like this video, and please send me a comment on what's holding you back. Is it your income? Is it the market? What's holding you back from purchasing your next home? Because in reality, right now is the time to do it, so let's get to it.